And so we continue to learn about the kind of people that we're actually up against here in this thing. This is the frankly astonishing speech of Nick Gay at Tuesday's meeting, and obviously it's worth me pulling this one out particularly because he does two things here which are quite remarkable really, and very, very blatant and obvious tactics which are used quite often in what I like to call low-grade politics. Some people call it gutter politics or dirty tricks or something like that. But anyway, here we go. This is Nick Gay.
Thank you, Chair. It has been stated over and over again that this council does not have a democratic mandate for our city access plans. Well, I want to take you back to 2021 when the democratic process for this council was run and ended up in the joint administration agreement. What did that have to say about transport? Well, I quote, it says we will focus on modal shift to encourage more residents out of their cars, along with infrastructure development to encouragement of sustainable travel and securing safe routes and connections for pedestrians and cyclists.
So he says all of that equals a democratic mandate. And that is a huge inference. That is a giant leap. And it's something which I'm sure politicians have tried to pull over and over and over the years. But just think about it. Somebody says, do you want cleaner air? Do you want safer roads? Do you want better buses? And you say yes. And then they say, well, therefore, you agree and have given us your tacit approval, or you've given us the mandate to implement a sustainable travel zone, even though you never said anything about the sustainable travel zone in the mandate. You only mentioned cleaner air and all of that stuff. Those are open-ended, ambiguous statements with no detail or substance. And there you are trying to say that that gives you a mandate to impose a tax on people and refuse them a referendum. It's really a remarkable thing to do. But that isn't the most remarkable thing that Nick Gay said this day, because he then goes on to say this.
So we have a democratic mandate. What do you protesters have as a democratic mandate? You have nothing but your anger, your abuse and your threats.
Oh my God,
That's
that's
wrong.
outrageous.
That's wrong.
Oh, I have to say that when he said that, I was literally gobsmacked. And it is shocking to say that. Well, firstly, he calls the public protesters, he says, you have nothing but your anger and your threats and your abuse. You know, that is so amazing to me, because I haven't seen any of that so far. I've been involved in this thing quite deeply, actually, for about 4 months now, and there has never been any threats or abuse at all. There is a lot of anger, obviously, because this proposal has made people angry, and not only that, the way that the councillors have carried on subsequently is infuriating. If you're having a go at somebody, or you're trying to have it out with somebody who's doing something wrong, and then they sit there and smirk or giggle or laugh in your face or insult you, yes, it's infuriating. So yeah, we have a lot of anger, but we've got a lot more than that as well. I've met some of the most brilliant, intelligent, knowledgeable, smart, dedicated, concerned people who are all working tirelessly around their normal jobs and everything else that they're doing to bring this thing down. And so far I can see that there is a lot of reason to hope because of the people who are actually getting involved in this. This is Cambridge. It is filled with intelligent people. It is filled with highly educated people. It is filled with people who have got a lot of knowledge. But not only that, it is a diverse city. It's a tolerant city. It's a brilliant city. The people of this city are what make it worth living in. And there you are, Nick Gay, calling us all abusive and threatening, which is not true at all. Bring out the evidence for what you just said there, or make a public apology and retract your statement.